Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about XRP, QNT, XDC, and Constellation or DAG. I'm going to be talking about these four assets because I think that these are four incredibly undervalued gems still. I know XRP isn't at the best prices to get into, but if you hold long term, or even if you want to get quick gains, which, the taxes could kill you if you want. But overall, when we're talking about, long-term growth, I think that these four have such massive upside potential. And we're going to be talking about why first off, but, mainly I do want to talk to you guys quickly about the overall market. So we do see that Bitcoin is still ranging around 59.4K. I still want to see it back over 60K overall for, a lot more strength to be validated. But we are seeing, most of the market kind of sitting stable overall, nothing too crazy within that aspect. Now, I do want to talk to you guys, like I said, about XRP. I also want to talk to you guys about QNT, XDC, and Constellation. Now, I honestly can't believe Constellation is still back down under 20 cents again. I think that this is extremely undervalued at a $251.9 million market cap. XDC is also very undervalued. We're going to be talking about why. I think that the Corda ecosystem is huge with XDC, and DAG just had a massive partnership, which we're going to be talking about. And of course, you guys already know QNT. QNT is doing incredible things with XRP as well. I'll just put it to you this way. If you hold XRP, you should definitely be holding QNT. I think QNT is going to be worth $50,000 plus at some point in time, considering how they are working with massive banks and financial institutions out there on a day-to-day basis. And like I said, extremely undervalued with the circulating supply. A lot of people are saying, how could it ever reach 50K? Dude, look at the circulating supply compared to Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin worth $1 trillion in market cap and QNT can't be? It's very simple. When you look at what the utility cases behind QNT and Quant Networks actually is, I think interoperability is such a massive undervalued use case within this space. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. I thought this was extremely funny. We're talking about Bitcoin ETFs and stuff like that. Now we do see here, SEC Chair Gary Gensler actually is pro-Bitcoin. Now this comes from the CEO of Volt Equity. Now we do see here he went on Fox Business and said that Gary Gensler actually is pro-Bitcoin, but is a little bit misunderstood. We see here, I can say I have a gold ETF or a Bitcoin ETF, but I'm storing that gold in my basement. Is the SEC going to allow that? Probably not, unless companies can show they can custody it and actually address a lot of the issues Gensler specifically mentioned. It's not going to work. Now, first off, I just want to say right now, the funny thing about this is the idea that we already knew that Gary Gensler was pro-Bitcoin. And it's not the idea that, he said it or he is or anything like that. The idea that nobody mentioned if Bitcoin and Ethereum is a security or a currency. We didn't get clarification on that. The reason why is they want to protect these two assets. I wonder why. Because they hold it? It's because, they got paid to show nonsense about these two assets. Why was XRP targeted and not, Ethereum? We always talk about that, and I think that this is funny to say the least. Like, would you guys have guessed that Gary Gensler is actually pro-Bitcoin? Because I don't know if I would have, right? I mean, it's just comical to me. Now, I do want to, address this little, topic here real quick. What's definitely a gimmick? Getting paid $292.5K by a hedge fund to deliver one speech during the brief period between serving as the chair of the Federal Reserve and the SEC of Treasury. Like, who are you kidding, pretending that's what you're actually getting paid for? And this actually goes back to Gary Gensler, because Gary Gensler is worth tens of millions of dollars in net worth. How? These people are getting paid off by someone somewhere down the road, in my opinion. Okay? Because when we're talking about what's happening throughout this entire scene, the attacks on crypto, first off, the attack on XRP and the whole confusion between, Bitcoin and Ethereum, while Jay Clayton is going to, a hedge fund that is pretty much holding $1 billion in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, there is so much corruption and manipulation happening behind the scenes. I can't even believe it. Like, it feels like we are living in a simulation at this point because it's so comical, to say the least. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. Like I said with DAG, today is an incredible day for our team at Constellation as we announce that we have acquired the multi-million-dollar SaaS business Door Technologies, thus allowing us to scale blockchain to more than 2K retailers around the world. This is huge. I can't even tell you guys how massive this is, but let's just talk about it, right? Acquiring a data-driven hardware and software company will help us increase Constellation's network utility. With its cutting-edge technology, Door is providing critical data that is enabling thousands of retail stores in the US and Canada to improve the customer experience and ultimately grow their business. First off, these businesses are going to ultimately pay top dollar for any sort of data like this. Data is liquid gold at this point in this massive market that we are in. These companies will pay any dollar to acquire what their customers are doing, and the customers overall, when they're talking about customer experience and ultimately growing their business, they will pay top dollar for that. Now we do say here, with this acquisition, the data we can obtain with Door's battery operated and cellular powered thermal sensors, we could put millions of monthly data points into our network. This acquisition kickstarts our vision and ambition to merge crypto business with traditional businesses. This is incredible to see. We do see Door has tens of millions of data points per month. The data that Door provides allows retailers to make changes to better optimize their store's performance. In a world where stores use an endless amount of experiments and tactics to increase sales, there is no way to pinpoint which methods work unless you have the data that can back it up. Like I said, that data is liquid gold. Constellation will help us streamline that data in addition to exploring new possibilities in the world of cryptocurrency and distributed ledger technologies. Now again, more than 2,000 retailers already rely on this technology, so this is great to say the least, and this is actually pretty big, especially comparing the fact that Constellation is still worth almost $252 million in market cap. It's absolutely comical. Right now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this, right? I've talked about this yesterday, but the reason why I'm bringing it back up is because Ripple and QNT have been confirmed working together. I've said it multiple times. I mean, it's not a big surprise. Ripple has been mentioned on Quant Network's website all day long. But the best part about this is this, right? We talk about SIA. Now, this goes back to 2019. SIA partners with Quant Network to explore innovative solutions in blockchain interoperability for banks and financial institutions. Now, the best part about this is that there's 570 network nodes with SIA-Net, right? Because this is all in that SIA chain. The fiber optic network with high speed and low latency stretching over 186,000 kilometers that supports financial institutions, corporates, and public administration bodies in developing and implementing in a secure, protected way innovative applications based on blockchain technology, right? Now, again, they're going to be utilizing Overledger on the Quant network. And this is all to make sure that everything is working interoperable together. Now, we do see here the first interoperability test will be executed at R3's Corda. Now, what is R3 Corda? XDC. Simple, right? So all of these are working together in an interoperable way, which I've discussed multiple times that's pretty much the end goal. There's no, hey, which one is going to perform better, which one is going to be the most adopted, which one's going to pretty much thrive above all, and everybody loves to say XRP, this and that, right? But it's not the case, right? These are all going to be working together. I've said that. There's enough of the pie for all of these assets to eat at. Now, we do see here that this is a disruptive vision on DLT, right? That's the Quant Network way. Disruptive way, interoperable blockchain network. That's going to be the DLN, the Distributed Ledger Network. We're pleased to collaborate with SIA to explore how Overledger can enable financial institutions on SIA chain or part of the SIA net to benefit from cross-platform and interoperable blockchain applications to embrace new business models, improve operational efficiencies, and deliver new innovation to customers. So again, this is great, like I said. Now, when we talk about R3 Corda, right? Look at the CordaCon 2020 ecosystem. This goes back to 2020. Look at the financial partners. SBI Holdings, which we already know is huge considering the fact that they are partnered with XRP. NASDAQ, huge. BNY Mellon, Citibank. This is massive when you're talking about what is happening behind closed doors. Now, I've discussed how huge Accenture is. Accenture is massive in regards to an advisory partner as well. Now, we do see FinTech, Identity. I'm telling you, when you're talking about how many of these are connected to one another, it's huge. MoneyGram connected to XLM easily. right? And at this point, it was also connected to XRP, but we already know that that since has gone downhill. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to be too concerned on that at all. That's more so for the P2P market. And we just hear builders as well as industry. Great to see. IBM is also mentioned on here. Funny to see. Also Amazon Web Services. So pretty big names to say the least. Now here is the R3 Corda Partner Network. Again, massive names all together. And Oracle. Wow, Oracle. You know, Oracle has a blockchain technology built on QNT or Quant Network as well. Funny to see. We also see Intel here and Microsoft. Pretty big names, nonetheless. Now, oh, and we also see YPro over here, which is ultimately a governing council member on Hedera Hashgraph. Funny to see. Also LG, nice. There's a lot of names on here, actually. So, very, very interesting. And now, again, we look at the R3 ecosystem with XDC being the biggest piece of the pie here. We already know that XDC is working with Corda on a lot of their plug-and-play systems. Again, Oracle's on here, which I wouldn't be surprised. Again, when we go back to this, we see R3 Corda. I would not be surprised if this was, you know, if XDC was working with QNT as well, which we pretty much already have, you know, confirmation of that. Huge banking systems again. This is sorry. This is such a huge breadcrumb aspect when we're connecting all of these together. It's almost through an interoperable way, right? And then we do see here, will the revolution be tokenized, governments, blockchain, and the digital space race? Now they were talking about DeFi, central bank digital currencies, and other industries such as shipping, logistics, and supply chains are starting to scale use cases all through crypto. Guys, do you understand how huge this scene is when we're talking about a lot of these assets? First off, okay, let's just mention Hbar because I do want to talk about Hbar. Hbar's track and trace, their scalability factors, you cannot disregard what Hedera Hashgraph is actually doing. They are doing incredible things as well. And when we're talking about a lot of these use cases here, where we're talking about, you know, DeFi, we're talking about shipping, logistics, supply chains, that all goes hand in hand with Hbar. And like I said, Hbar is extremely undervalued as well with a lot of these other assets. I would honestly say that Hbar is probably the most undervalued asset out of all these assets that I'm talking about right now, and that is just to say the least. Now, we also see they're talking about, you know, financial services up here with stablecoins as well, which we've talked about, you know, stablecoins coming to Ripple. We also seen stablecoins coming to, you know, Hbar. The possibilities are endless. And we even see our DLTs in areas such as tax standards and certification, digital identity, and data privacy, which we do know that Hbar is capitalizing on as well. Hbar is the most utilized DLT technology in the space, by the way, if you guys haven't known that. So, again, I think that the future is going to really look very, very different when we're talking about cryptocurrencies and the digital race to really get ahead of the competition. I think that this is only the beginning when we're talking about, you know, the crypto market cap being at about $2.42, you know, trillion dollars. I think at some point in time we will be worth $100 trillion plus in value. The sky is the limit for what we are doing. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about XDC a little bit more here, because we do see here XDC Network launches SDKs for developers, easy access to DeFi. Like I said, XDC is doing incredible things incredibly well as well in regards to ecosystem growth. We just here has released a collection of multi-platform software development kits covering ISO or iOS. Sorry, I'm stuck on ISO 222 adoption. iOS, Android, NET, Java, and Go. Now this is great to see because this also allows application developers to easily incorporate XRC-based tokens and smart contracts into their domain-specific applications without needing expertise in blockchain technology. So this is great. Again, we do see here the trade finance use case on the XDC network positions XRC20 as the de facto standard for recording payment obligations for institutions, including buyers, suppliers, governments, and banks, all on the hybrid blockchain. Wow, it's almost like they're confirming exactly what we are talking about in regards to this. This is such a massive gem. And I'm just saying it right now. When you're looking at XRP's market cap, and I know that a lot of people don't care for market cap, I don't really care for market cap because I think that these gems are undervalued, and when we're talking about market cap, I think that it's useless to put a price on the amount of value that they're going to be providing. But look at the market cap difference in XDC and XRP. XDC will be, at some point in time, the price of this market cap. And I think that very, very soon, people are going to soon realize the potential behind these assets, especially even Hbar. Hbar is so extremely overlooked, and I think a lot of people need to really kind of look into it and really kind of do their research, because this is really doing disruptive things throughout this entire scene as well. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are, and to be rewarded. If you guys do want more content like extra strategies and all that kind of stuff, definitely check out my website, NCashOfficial.com. But nonetheless, it's been Nick. Peace out, guys.